Hello and welcome to The Flow. Today on Cycling with Sully, we're comparing the new 2022 Trek Marlin 8 to the 2021 Trek Excalibur 8. A few weeks ago, Trek released the 2022 Trek Marlin 8, which features the best components a Marlin has ever been specced with. But with the improved components also comes a higher price, which brings it closer to bikes like the Trek Excalibur 8. Stick around to learn the differences and similarities between the 2022 Trek Marlin 8 and the 2021 Trek Excalibur 8. Starting with the frame. Although they appear to be almost identical, a few features set them apart. The Excalibur's frame is constructed with Trek's higher-grade Alpha Gold aluminum, which is a tapered head tube and a boost quick-release rear axle, compared to the Marlin, which is constructed using Trek's Alpha Silver aluminum that has a straight steer and a 135mm quick release. But internal cable routing as well as room for a dropper post are found on both of the frames. The geometry is about the same on the Marlin and the Excalibur, but with slight variances within a millimeter or two. But here are some of the most important measurements. They have 73 degrees effective seat tube angle, which is nice and steep, which puts the rider's weight closer to the front to improve climbing efficiency. They have a 69.5 degree head tube angle, which helps keep the front wheel on the ground when climbing and makes the bike feel more nimble on sharp turns. They also have 43.8 centimeter chain stays, which are short enough to be playful when you need to lift the front wheel off the ground. For color options, the Marlin comes in Glass Alpine to Gloss Dinster Fade and Radioactive Red with nautical accents. The Excalibur comes in Radioactive Red with Trek Black accents. Moving on to the components on the frames. They both have RockShox Judy silver air forks with 80 to 100mm of travel. The air spring and adjustable rebound helps the rider dial in the feel of the forks for their weight and riding style. I have this fork on my bike, and while it isn't super wonderful, it is a big step up from the SR Suntour coil forks that most entry-level hardtails come with. The difference between the forks is that the Marlin's fork has a straight steer and a quick release, while the Excalibur has a tapered steer and a boost through axle. For the wheels, they both have tubeless-ready Bontrager Covey rims using stainless steel spokes. However, the Marlin has Maxxis Ardent Race tubeless-compatible tires, and the Excalibur comes with non-tubeless compatible Bontrager XR3 comp tires. A tubeless setup is practically standard on all modern mountain bikes, especially in the XC category. This is one of the biggest advantages the Marlin has over the Excalibur. Now looking at the drivetrains. SRAM 12-speed SX drivetrains are found on both bikes. The combination of the 30-tooth crankset and the 11 to 50-tooth cassette offers plenty of range and gears to choose from. To slow the bikes down, they have Shimano MT200 hydraulic disc brakes with 160mm rotors on the small to medium sizes and 180mm rotors on the large sizes. After comparing these bikes, it is clear how similar they are. Their frames and components offer a light, nimble cross-country bike, with features found on higher-end bikes. Most notably, the SRAM SX 12-speed drivetrains and RockShox Judy silver air forks. In my opinion, the components check all the boxes for a modern mountain bike. Sort of. I think Trek has shown what the Marlin line is capable of when given plenty of new parts, which brings it to a similar spec as the Excalibur 8, but for $130 less. While the Marlin's non-boost quick-release frame, straight steer, and quick-release front wheel put it below the Excalibur, I think the tubeless-compatible Maxxis Ardent Race tires make up for its lack of features. So the 2022 Trek Marlin 8 is the winner over the 2021 Trek Excalibur 8, but not by much. Instead, I would recommend checking out the 2021 Trek Excalibur 7, which is definitely worth a look and costs less than the Trek Marlin 8 and Excalibur 8. If you found this video helpful, or even just entertaining, please consider subscribing to help Cycling with Sully grow.